When looking at creators in the custom PBS Kids-style funding credits and animation preservation community on YouTube, a creator's choices usually come down to two things: nostalgia and the unique cultural status of the show. There are a few specific reasons why MJ Lover Videos made custom funding credits for The Simpsons, but bypassed other major adult animated series like Family Guy, Bob's Burgers, South Park, or Rick and Morty. 1. The nostalgia and eras match. The custom funding videos made by MJ Lover Videos heavily pull from a specific era of television, mostly the 1990s and early 2000s, featuring classic PBS Kids bumpers, retro logos, and old corporate sponsors. The Simpsons fits this perfectly. It started in 1989 and dominated 90s television culture. For a creator obsessed with retro broadcasting aesthetics, The Simpsons is the only adult animated show that shares a massive historical footprint with the exact era of kids' television they usually make videos about. Shows like Family Guy, which didn't pick up major steam until the mid-2000s, Bob's Burgers, 2011, and Rick and Morty, 2013, belong to a completely different, much newer generation of TV that doesn't trigger that same 90s, early 2000s nostalgic vibe. 2. The family-adjacent, safe nature of The Simpsons. While The Simpsons is technically classified as an adult animated sitcom, it functions very differently than the others on your list. In the 1990s and 2000s, The Simpsons was heavily syndicated on local networks at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m., right alongside kids' cartoons and family sitcoms. Because it relies heavily on slapstick, colorful animation, and family dynamics, especially Bart and Homer's antics, many kids grew up watching it right alongside traditional children's programming. On the other hand, South Park, Family Guy, and Rick and Morty rely on heavy TVMA content, explicit language, and late-night block branding, like Adult Swim or Comedy Central. They don't blend seamlessly into the clean and nostalgic PBS Kids format that funding credit creators like to parody or reimagine. 3. The tone shift of Bob's Burgers. While Bob's Burgers is a sweeter, more family-friendly show, it lacks the chaotic, multi-generational nostalgia of The Simpsons. It doesn't feature the classic corporate brand sponsorships or commercial eras that creators like MJ Lover Videos use to build out their stylized fictional sponsor lists. Ultimately, The Simpsons bridges the gap between adult animation and childhood nostalgia in a way no other show can, making it the perfect, and only, fit for that specific style of video. Yes, The Simpsons is the only adult animated show featured on MJ Lover Videos' channel. If you look through the channel's entire library of custom funding for videos, every single other show they have covered is strictly standard children's educational media or classic family programming. The lineup includes shows like Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?, Word World, Pingu, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Arthur, Sesame Street. Because the channel is entirely dedicated to recreating the specific PBS Kids public television aesthetic from the 1990s and 2000s, The Simpsons stands out as the absolute lone exception. It is the only PG/adult-rated show in the entire collection, chosen purely because its 90s cultural era overlaps perfectly with the rest of those classic childhood shows.